Hi, I'm Katie. I'm going to explain my Odyssey plan. It is a 5-year plan, but you have 3 different plans within the 5 years. The first one is what you want to do, what you think is going to work out. The second one is if that plan doesn't work, what would you do? And the third one is basically if money wasn't a problem, or you could just do what you wanted to make you happy regardless of other repercussions, basically. My very first plan, the title is I Will Succeed, Grow, Change, and Smile. That's the title because I really need to succeed at this point in my life. I need to grow, I need to change, I need to overcome, and most importantly, I need to remember to smile. This is it. From the first year, it would be to focus on finishing my bachelor's degree, which I should be doing next month. And I want to spend more quality time with my son because I have been so wrapped up in school and working and paying for it. I want to celebrate my success, even though I still have more to do, because coming into my next area, I need to finish my teaching program. I also want to get together with my friends more and my family more. I used to do that a lot, and in the past few years I haven't because I've been so distracted. In the next following year, I want to be an elementary school teacher, first grade preferably, and I want to enroll my son in some sort of activity. He will be 3 in August, so at that point he will be about 6, and I want to make sure that he's involved in whatever it is that he wants to do. The year following that, I want to spend trying to take some kind of vacation. I really want it to be Tennessee because that's one of my dream vacations, and I'll be hopefully in a career at that point to be able to pay for something like that. I also want to work on getting what I need to be a high school teacher at that point. So then in my following year, I hope to be a high school teacher, history, and I would like to coach basketball and volleyball, cheerleading, one of the 3 or all 3. I also want to practice my patience and do whatever actions I need to do to be successful at that. My 3 questions would be, can I handle the stress? By that I just mean being a teacher and having a child of your own is a lot of stress. And I know that because I work at a private school right now. So at the end of my day, I'm exhausted. Number 2 is when will I get out of debt? Meaning I'm in a lot of debt with my student loans right now and paying for this teaching program. And number 3 would be, will I be able to struggle the balance of home life and work life? And that goes back to my son and the stress and work. The resources that I have to finish this, I'm about at 100% because of financial aid, but I have had to pay for a lot on my own as well. That I like it. I've wanted to be a school teacher, and I've wanted to have patience, and I've wanted to do the right things for my son. It's what I've dreamed of my entire life. So yes, 100% for that, for me. Confidence in it and coherence as well. I absolutely feel 100% that I'll be an amazing teacher and be able to really capitalize on this plan. And I love the idea of it, and I'm super excited. So that is my first one. My symbol is a flower because flowers grow, and I want to grow every single day that I'm alive. So as a person, in my career, as a mom, just in general. My backup plan, my title is change because I would have to change, I would have to adapt, and I would have to overcome, and I wouldn't need to give up. So change, adapt, overcome, don't give up. I would take some time to travel because I love to travel. That's how I come down. That's what I think would help me get my head on straight to try something else. I think I would go back to school and I would try to get my master's, and I would become which that would take a couple of years to get a master's. So my first year, I would want to help others a lot, which were my little hands. Basically dedicate myself to that. Maybe host a foreign exchange student. My next year, I would hope to graduate with my master's and really dedicate that year with my school and to Lasagna Love, which is a charity that I really like. I cook lasagnas and I take them to families that are less fortunate. And then in this year, I would really hope, which this is saying that this failed very quickly. I mean, this could be the 4th year into my 5-year plan, the 2nd year, just depending on when I failed at the first one, if that were to happen. Anyway, so at this point, I would be a family counselor. I would really want to be spending some time enjoying the outdoors because I assume as a counselor I would be inside a lot, and that would probably depress me on top of hearing the sad situations that I'm enduring. I'm very empathetic, so that is one of my questions down here, actually. Would I even be able to handle a job like this emotionally? But I would also like to foster a child. And right here, I would like to take my bucket list vacation if I was successful with this job and making good money, which is Venice, Italy. And I would be hoping to commit to just anything in my life, whether that be my relationship, my job, and I would hope I was thriving. My questions would be, can I handle more school? Can I afford more school? And would I be emotionally strong enough for this job, as I mentioned before? The resources for it, I'm about halfway because working and having a child and trying to reinvent myself at this point would be difficult for me. Would I like it? I absolutely think I would enjoy this job. I would go 100%. But the reason I'm not is just for the simple fact of that empathy inside of me. I think that it would emotionally drain me and ruin me in a lot of ways. Also build me up, but hurt too. My confidence in this it kind of falls under that same category. I'm very confident that I'm good at talking to people and making people feel better. But am I confident enough to keep my head level through the process? And the coherence of it, for the same reasons as well, I set it about 75%. So that's for that. If my plan, if I just didn't need money or I didn't need resources, I could just go, and I do have a son, so this would be kind of an impossible plan anyway, but the title is If I Had My Way, though. I say that because if I had my way, I would honestly travel the world. I would travel the world and be a food critic. I know, honestly, I feel weird even saying that because that's a weird thing to want to do, but I love watching those shows of food critics, and I think that's just the coolest job ever, that you get to just travel, see the world, try new foods, and get paid to do that. So one would be food critic and traveling. Continuing to travel and judge the restaurants, introduce my son to the world because I would take him with me and make that work. Live. I want to live my life. I want to be happy. I want to wake up every day and know that what I'm doing, I'm happy doing. I would like to overcome my mental health issues. That's kind of why I link those together. And I would like to start selling my own food at this point. I make myself. And then I would like to own my own restaurant, which would be next. After I was successful at selling my food, I would own my own. I would invite my family to come work with me in this process. And then lastly, growing my business, making it bigger, making it better, opening more locations, having more family time as well, and just growing. My resources for this would be about zero because I don't have the money to just go travel or open a business. Would I love it? Absolutely. My confidence in it is about 0.5% because, first of all, opening a business in general is hard, but food is, I can't even imagine. And having the resources and the ability to even do that, especially with the traveling and the other things that I would want to complete in this specific plan, I don't really think that it would be possible. So my confidence just wouldn't be very high. My coherence, I feel like I would thrive in this business if I could ever get the chance, but getting there would be really hard. So about 75% on that. My questions would be, would I miss home from the traveling? I think I would because I get really homesick. Would it hurt my family? Would my son be okay with traveling like that? Would he even want a life like that? And would I get out of control from living a life that is so free? I'm the type of person that needs to be grounded more. So just being able to go like that, it made me lose myself. So that in itself would be my 5-year plan, my Odyssey plan. I am really confident in my first plan. I have wanted to be a teacher since I was a little kid. I work at a private school right now, and I love it. I love doing the curriculum. I love working with the kids. I love everything about it. I don't think I really want to be an elementary school teacher anymore, which is why I included the high school alternative in my 5-year plan, because I think ultimately that's where I want to be. And as for the family counselor, I honestly don't know that that's just a backup plan or something else that I want to do. Like I said, emotionally, I don't know if I could handle it. So even having my first plan in place of being a teacher is great because I could always go back to it. But that is me. Thank you.